There it is. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Hello? There we go. I think that's everything. I think I haven't fucked anything up just yet. Nope, nothing yet. So we're good. Hey! How's it going, Alistair? Happy Tuesday. I'm very tired. I'm very, very tired. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm not like sick per se, but like I haven't really recovered from SCR, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's a weird feeling because not normally do I get like more than a couple hours of sleep, but I got quite a bit of sleep the past 2 days, and I haven't been feeling well because of it for whatever reason. Maybe it's just like I'm actually overdosing on sleep or something. But it is what it is. Oh god, what was that combo that I saw? Is this combo that like started with like counter hit 2-3 and then something like that? Counter hit 3-2. Man, doing a quarter circle out of blocks or hits really sucks. Yeah. There's a good combo here. It was also on. What's it called? Oh yeah, there's another thing I wanted to try. Bloody Scissors, wasn't this? What was Bloody Scissors? There's a move called Bloody Scissors that it was unblockable, and like, I thought it was down back 1+2. No, that was her Power Crush. What is Bloody Scissors? At this point, I have no clue. That dumpster fire at work. That's good. Good to hear. Things are working out like that. Dumpster fires suck. Oh, it's down. Okay. What the fuck? All right. There's some way that I saw someone do something immediately out of CJ. I don't know what it is. It was like I watched him go into CJ and then do unblockable. And the thing is, it's like. I have no clue. Alright, I'm not gonna fuss about that combo too much though. It was a really cool combo. I found a combo that someone put on online that had it was a really cool oops. It's supposed to be on geometric plane. There's a pretty cool combo that involved her unblockable. It was like counter hit down 3-2, quarter forward 1. See if I can find it real quick. It was so good. I was very impressed by it because not often do you see people put the unblockable in their combo. Counter down 3-2, down forward 3-2. Was it crouch cancel 1? No, down forward 3-2, put it forward 1. Okay. So the combo looked a lot like this, but I'm not gonna know how to do the end part. And then, so that was the wall carry. And then from here, you held back into CJ, because you can do treading water into CJ. So you can do, oh shit. And then you hold CJ, but then afterwards, oops. And then afterwards, you're supposed to go into Bloody Scissors, which is their unblockable. There's a crazy little amount of hits done on this, or what's it called? Recovery on this. It's wild, but it's cool. So the things that I want to work on today with Anna after I get on actual geometric plane is one, I'm gonna try to hold on. I'm try to pull up my Anna notes real quick for combos. Okay. So a couple of things that I'm going to work on with Anna today is that I'm going to work on two things that I have very little experience with, and a lot of the characters that I play with either can avoid it or it is unoptimal for her game. For their game. Which is two things. One, the fact that this character has full crouch mix-ups. This character having full crouch mix-ups is unlike anything else I've played. I mean, Leo has ability where she can use some of her full crouch moves and then use her up forward moves. You know, there is something like that. So there's stuff like that to worry about, but it's not the same because unlike Leo, she has a full list of moves from crouching that are that you're supposed to worry about, including stuff like this, which I have to find the combo that involved this, but it's pretty cool. And I found its use for it more because there's a lot of combos where it was like you get something like full crouch down forward 2, and I was like, oh, you get a wall standing 4 pickup if you want. But there's situations where I saw that you can go into you can probably go into wall standing 3, CJ crouch dash 1, and that's pretty good. Hey, Prograph. Anna. All this Anna hate. Anna's pretty cool. I don't know what the problem is with Anna. Hey, Prograph, I really appreciate it. Yeah, he got out of his seat. He's Jake Ryan is very excited about fighting games, and that's always really cool though, because the last thing you want to see out of people is that they're not excited for being there. That's probably the thing that takes you out the most. It's kind of weird because usually in the dichotomies that I'm in, I'm usually the one that gets mad excited. I'm usually the one that starts yelling. But with Jake Ryan, I have to sometimes let him pop off, and that's pretty cool. I'm always never the guy that is the calm analytical person anymore. But when I'm with him, I try to be. I fail a lot. I fail a lot when I'm trying to be the calm analytical person because I see something sick, like when Reynolds hit that. When Reynolds hit the level 3 on the Masenko, I popped the fuck off. That shit was so sick. I couldn't help it, right? So it is what it is. But he's pretty good. yeah, I'm looking forward to Jake Ryan's future as a commentator if he sticks with it, because I think he has all the beginner tools for what it takes to be a good commentator, which is that one, he cares about the game that he's commentating, and two, he wants to be there. Oh, I guess in three, he does know a bit about the game. Do you know who's going to Tokyo Game Show? In terms of commentators, no. But, I think, I know like, friends that are gonna be there, but I don't know commentators. I would imagine that Giuna is probably gonna be working that because he's the go-to guy, and he does very good work. So, that's what I expect. And I don't think anybody would be too mad about that. Oh yeah, what was that ender that I saw? It was... Really? Is that it? There was a couple things that I saw. So the one thing I want to do, and I'm trying to get some, I'm trying to get permission to do this, is I want to go over some of the SCR footage. And the reason why I want to go to the SCR footage is there is an Anna player by a couple, or there was an Anna player from Japan, and he was pretty good. He had a lot of, like, he seemed like he had the right idea on how to play her. So I want to go over his footage on stream, because he had a pretty cool idea on how to play this character. I'm gonna do forward, pull down, forward like this. So apparently the down forward 314 is supposed to be a good ender. But I haven't gotten it to work. It might be that I'm bad. Oh, I can see why it's a good ender. Cool. A lot of the things that I saw for her enders that weren't a down back 1-4 was a quarter forward 2-1, which makes sense. It high splats if you get it fast enough. Gotta do the micro dash. And the thing is that for this, I shouldn't be fucking it up because you can sort of like extend it a little bit, like just everybody else's crouch dash. You can go like that. So until she starts like going upwards, you can sort of still put the 2 in for the quarter forward 2-1. So I don't need to dash that far. I just need to dash a little bit so I don't whiff like that. Actually, yeah, I didn't think so. What was the other high splat move I was thinking about? Oh, treading water. Can you treading water at the end there? Yeah, hey, look at that. That's cool. I can probably cancel into CJ into something else. Whatever. All right, that's not the point. It's just some cool things I found on the internet. Down 314 being pretty good as an ender carry because it moves her so far forward, and it does quite a bit of damage. So I think it does 2 more damage. Let me check this out real quick. This does 49. Oops. This does 47. So it does more damage. But this is a high splat. So that's kind of why you want it. Yeah. yeah, there's just a lot of footage that I want to go over, like Anda footage, and like sit down and watch it with you guys, especially in tournament. But for now, this will do. So let's do what I said to do. I'm gonna go over her full crouch mix-ups, and her strings, and see how they work out together. DFA Calamity, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Did I not pop up on stream? Of course it didn't. Fucking Christ, man. I absolutely no clue why it breaks and why it does not. Just sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Hold on, let me try this. Did I fix it? Fuck no, I didn't. Oh, I did. Hey, look at that. Let me try this. It work? What the fuck? Alright, whatever. Alright, so yeah. So the two things that I am not very familiar with this character, so I went online with her not too long ago, and I was like, man, I'm really struggling, because the thing that I was playing around the entire time was a couple of mid pokes. So basically it was like back four a lot, and like trying to poke people like down 4-3 and like down 4-4. And this is like not a terrible plan, because you can do things like, you know, like really mess with them. But ultimately her game plan is around here. So her game plan's around two things. That she has a full crouch mix-up, unlike a lot of people. Like, these are all things that she can do during full crouch. So, you know, stuff like this. She has a power crouch from full crouch. I don't know if anybody else has a power crouch from full crouch. Full crouch. This is very unique. It's also very good. It does a ton of damage. Right? 25. Hits on regular hit, it knocks down. So you can do... just anything. I don't think you can pick up, despite you hitting the counter combo, or the taking up on the combo counter. But maybe down 3-4-1? Yeah, I didn't think so. You can probably, they probably did that so you can get stomped. Yeah. So that's like 40 damage. 43 if you do that. So it's 43 damage for power crush, full crouch mix up. That's out of. So you're sitting here basically, and your mix up is between like 3 or 4 things. Is you have a down 4 while standing 2. It's kind of slow. It's 18 frames. You have this as well. That's a power crush if you think they're gonna press something. You also have full crouch down 4 too, which is nice. I don't know if any of the better did I come up with a better combo for this than the one I was thinking of? There's one I started doing online and I didn't like it. No, I stuck with that combo. Okay, I'll have to do more labbing for this combo. But this is pretty good. So there's that, right? All those things. Lots of options from full crouch mix up. The things I don't use right now are, let me see. Oops. The things I don't use right now is cat thrust, and I don't use somersault. I don't use this, and I don't use this. So those are 2 things to put in your game as well. So how do I implement this into my game? Well, originally what I was doing is I was doing, so let me focus on the full crouch mix up and then I'll go to her strings. And I'm learning this with you guys, by the way. I'm not, I actually don't know how to do this. What I'm doing right now is I am saying everything that I'm thinking out loud. And then afterwards, I'm trying to piece together the parts. I actually have no clue what I'm doing. So this is the idea. We're trying to put a full crouch mix up into our game. And the unfortunate problem is that all the combos that I was doing before basically left me, outside of mix-up potential. Because what I would do is I would do a combo like this. 73 damage, right? It's like pretty good damage. But the problem is that was it. This is great damage, like unbelievable damage. 67 for her regular combo is kind of crazy, right? Without any tricks, this is all guaranteed. You're not like resetting in the middle of it. So what do we do now? So now that my problem is that every time I get a hit, because Anna doesn't have really good pokes. This is okay. This has range, but if you hit it at the tip, you can't go back 4 very well. If you're not on point. That 4-3 is okay. 4-3 is not really what you want to use. Neither do you want to use this. There's not a lot of great options. So, what do you want to do instead? Well, instead, if you don't want to play, excuse me, if you don't want to play if you don't want to play the neutral game constantly as Anna, which you don't, you want to play mix-up game because that's who you are. What you want to do is instead, let's put on some mix-ups, right? I thought she can go CJ out of this. Oh, whatever. So how do we do that? Well, let's make a combo instead that doesn't use down back 1-4. Because if we use down back 1-4, then I lose all ability to put a mix-up on. That's not either running 3, which is the highest mid known to man. How high that fucking mid is, or our slide, just universal slide. You do. She cannot. Huh, whatever. Anyway, so those are the things, right? So let's make a combo. I think my general combo here is pretty good. It does 54 damage before after the screw, or 58 damage before the after the screw. So that's pretty good, right? So what I'm gonna do right now is I want to put mix-ups on, but I don't want to drop the damage entirely because 50 damage is trash. But I am willing, because it's the dichotomy of 50 and 67. But I'm willing to give up some of that damage for potential damage. A lot of the times when you see people go on infinite stages, they'll do something like this, right? And then they'll put on a mix-up afterwards. That's a lot of damage that I've dropped. I've dropped 14 damage. What can I do instead? Well, the first thing that comes up to mind is that this is Anna, and this is the character that she is. So what I want to do... What I want to do is I want to... Let me fix this a little bit. There we go. What I want to do is I want to include her CJ, her Chaos Judgment, into her mix-up. Because not only does she have like quite a bit of scary things out of this, but she does have a lot of safe things out of this as well that I can work with. There are a lot of mids, yes. But there's a lot of things that are supposed to be afraid of. So, what do we do? Let's look at her move list real quick. Alright, I want to look at all the things that go out of or go into Chaos Judgment. 2-3 Chaos Judgment. Okay. There's something there, right? So you do the forward roll, and you can mix up between doing the mid or the high. There's something. The only problem with this, though, is that the high is like sort of obvious. She takes slightly longer when she does this, as opposed to the mid that comes out a little bit easier, quicker. So you can do. No one ever does this, but you can chicken guard or fuzzy guard it. So if you see the roll, then you can go duck mid, hold, and then pop crouch real quick. So 2-3, maybe something. 4-3. You know, that sounds pretty good. Since this moves her forward. Try to not get treading water here. Maybe I should just do treading water. Yeah, maybe I should just do treading water. Let me try treading water. No, it says I'm far away. So I don't like 4-3, partly because it overlaps with 3 other inputs, or 2 other inputs. 3 technically, 1 being 3, 2 being forward 4-3, and 3 being running 3. So maybe I don't like that one too much. 2-1-4. I don't expect to use this, but let me try it. Yeah, it just is. 1-2 already sends them too far. Down forward 3-2 into Chaos Judgment. This is what I use for combo fodder. It's not terrible. Oh, is that down for 3-1? 3-1. Huh, let me try this. That's something right there. You can sidestep cancel this, so that's pretty cool. There you go. I kind of like that, actually. Can I fit any damage in beforehand? Because I'm not doing anything after the screw, except for getting this. Not if I do that combo. Huh. So if I'm not doing that combo, what else could I do? There's something there, I guess. I could maybe go for high splat every time. I'm really bad at dash up quarter forward too. Maybe. So there's something there. I could just go for quarter forward 2-1. I kind of want to do CJ though. Because CJ mix-ups scare me. Let's see if there's a better CJ move for this. Let's move on. Creeping step. The sidestep cancel is pretty cool. That's something I'd mess with. Definitely. Down forward 4-1 CJ? Hmm. Hey, there you go. That's some shit I like. That's pretty fun. I like that. That's really easy to put in your game too, right? Just a down 4. What else? By the way, this move means poison frog. This is its scientific name. This is, I don't know why they named it like this, but that's yeah. I don't know why. Let's see what else. Falling heel. Hey, you know what? I forgot. That sounds like it's not terrible. Ah, it sends him too far. That sucks. Well, quarter 4 2-1 goes into CJ. Okay. Okay. I like that. Let me try this. Yeah, it's not really useful. So, what else? 10-hit combo. And that really looks about it. So let me try one other thing. So what I want to do is maybe truncate this combo a little bit, maybe make it a little bit easier to do the things that I want to do. A little bit too far. So I think for me, when I'm sort of picking up these combos, I feel like the best thing is to just go for quarter 4 2-1. What if I put that in there? It's slightly more damage. It's slightly more carry as well. It doesn't splat them as high. It does 1 more damage after scaling. And is not as hard of an input. Hey, Kenny. How's it going, homie? I hope you're doing well. Good seeing you at SCR. I know I didn't get to see you enough, but I was working quite a bit. So, it's good to see you, though. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. I'm looking forward to Wednesday night fights. Not going to Wednesday night fights in a week, it really throws me off, to be honest with you guys. It's like my favorite day of the week. Just going out to locals. Trying to think. Yeah, Wednesday night fights is always great. You know, we complain about a lot of shit there, but for the most part, we go for the people, and the people are awesome. So that's why I miss it. I don't ever get to see people at events, like proper events. This is why locals are so important to me. Is that like when I go to events, I never get to see anybody because I'm working the entire time. Or even if I'm not working the entire time, you know, I'm trying to focus on being a good, trying to work well or try to do good work. So a lot of the times, like even when I'm off, I'm like, all right, I gotta go eat, gotta go rest, take a break, you know, get a drink of water, stuff like that. Man, I am not that good. You're trying to ask me to put thrusters in the middle of my combo? I am not that good. I've just been doing this. I'm a lazy bitch. Or down 4-3, 1-4 does 1 more damage. Yeah, I'm not good. So the point of what I'm doing here, Kenny, is I'm trying to find a way to do a combo and then be able to get a mix-up afterwards. Listen, man, calm down, all right? If that tells you anything about my execution, then you shouldn't be too surprised. Well, that's something to work on. There you go. That's your 69 damage combo for you, Kenny. I thought I'd show you that. Anyway, what was I doing? Right. So I think what I liked the most out of what I was doing is down forward 1. What's it called? Down forward 3-1 crouch or sidestep cancel. You can keep the pressure up here. I kind of like this because this is really scary. It's not as much damage as I want, but the potential damage is immense. Right? You're able to, after you get here, down 4-3-1. Oops. As long as you get it, right? This happened to me a couple days ago. Yeah. You can also end combos with down back 1-4, but that doesn't wall splat. It also delay the force, so it's scaling. Yeah. So actually, what's it called? The point of what I'm doing here is that the problem with doing what you're saying is it's very good damage, right? Like 67 damage for this combo is insane. But what I'm trying to do is but it drops. It leaves out Oki. Like you don't get Oki off this. And the thing about Anna is that her mix-ups are trash, or her neutral is not that good. She doesn't have a lot of safe mid pokes to sort of hit people with, unless you like counter hit fish with this. But that's a different story, right? Now you're like looking with this. There's like treading water. You're trying to launch people from downtown. What else do I have for normals? Down forward 1-4 is pretty. Down forward 1 is pretty good. Down forward 3 is pretty good. But for the most part, it's kind of hard to like sort of fit your neutral. Like you don't want to play neutral with Anna. You want to get in that ass. You want to do shit like this, or you're just. Right? You want to fuck people up. So why would you? So I will do this every now and then. Like, let's say I'm like, here, right, on the screen. This is a great time to use down back 1-4 because you're down now on the wall, and now you can do the mix up. Yeah, 2-3 back. That's something that I've been I focused on a little bit early on. I have a bunch of notes from my old patch, or from my old notes. So I think what I like out of trying to go for an extra mix-up is down forward 3. I could be wrong, and I'll watch more footage on my free time, but down forward 3 seems like it's a lot of fun to use. Yeah, right. And you know what's the second thing that's really hard about learning a character like this is that you have no frame data. Oh, you have there's the Japanese site that I've been using, but it's not great. I need to slide to down forward from forward a lot quicker. Stuff like that. Yeah, especially when you play the same character for a while, it makes it pretty difficult. You're absolutely right. So that's the idea. That's what I want to do from now on. Is I want to do stuff like instead of doing stuff like this. I want to put on more mix-ups on this character. I want to make sure that whenever I get the hit as Anna, I want to like fuck people up. While running 3+4, back 1+2. Actually, someone told me something a while ago. Try this. Yeah. Oh, hey, I forgot about that. I'll use that. I haven't had much issue picking Anna, mostly because I've been playing a fair amount of Nina before season 2. It's the same move as 4-3. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So this is actually probably the best idea, right? If you do... and then mix up afterwards. I kind of like that. Because there's a lot of layers here, right? You can crouch dash cancel. Let's try this one more time. Yeah, there's stuff like that. If they don't get up, that does more damage technically. Try 1+2. Oh, forward back 1+2. That's what you mean. That's good. I like that quite a bit. The head splat's nice, but it does the same thing. I'm now out of range again. But that is another option to end combos. I like that. I want the point of this is that if I want to go for damage, I have the best damage option already. Right? This will always be the best damage option. 13 on scale at the end is fucking insane. But what I want to do is I want to put mix-ups. I want this person, as soon as they get launched, I want this person to never live again. Right? Like, here. Let's do this. And now I'm putting on mix-ups. Now I'm trying to fuck people up. The point of this is that as soon as I get them down, as soon as I get one launch, they're dead. I don't want people to play video games. When I play Tekken, I don't want them to play once. This neutral shit that I'm trying to play against, no thank you. Right? Why would I want to play neutral? Why don't I just put them on their ass and put them in mix-ups the entire time? The problem with she gets full crouch mix-ups, but the problem is that they're too far away. So if you do the combo, they're too far away afterwards. I can't put full crouch mix-ups on. But the problem, with this, if I just let it rock, then I can put full crouch mix-ups on. Either way. That's the idea, right? This one. I want this to be the sequence, basically. Oops. 2. God damn it. There you go. And then you don't cancel that. That's the idea. Carry him close to the wall, you can't wall splat. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you carry him close to the wall, what you want to do is you want to try to find a way to splat early. Like, you can do something like this. This does quite a bit of damage and goes for a high splat too. You can always just do something like this too. Right, that does quite a bit of damage in high splats and doesn't go too far. Down forward forward to full crouch. Yeah, so I was messing with that too, actually. Yeah, stuff like that's really dirty, right? So that's the things I have to practice with this character now. This is my ideas in my head. Is that this is the things I have to practice. One, I have to learn what combos to go for where. A lot of the times I want to go for this now. I can go for a meaty setup like that with full crouch with 4-4-3. Oh, down forward to her down forward to a power crouch. Hold on, let's see. I need to work on that. Yeah, she's gonna be a lot of muscle memory for the players who are gonna be pretty good at her, because she's like sort of a lot of technical shit. Like once you get into this situation right here, now you're trying to like put mix-ups on. Here. What was my down 4 or my down back? My CJ4 combo? CJ4 was that, okay. So let's do this. This is the idea, right? Oops. Fucking Christ. So if I was practicing Anna, this is how I would do it. Right? What would that look like? If I got if I started my game from back here. Actually, I need to do an approach. Is that worth it? 64 damage plus 54, so I'd have 170 something. That's pretty good. What else can I do from here? Ah. I need to delay the 4 a little bit. That's why I'm getting the 1, because I'm trying to do full crouch. I'm trying to do full crouch down forward 1, and I'm getting the 1. Ah. Why did I do that? Fuck. And I need to not get the cancel as well. Fuck. All right. How do I do that combo right? Oh, okay. Here. I got the idea. So a good thing to do when you're practicing things like this is actually practice sequences, because sequences like this are like ways you win games, in my opinion. You can pocket things like this. You get a launch and you're like, all right, I need to win. Let me put a mix-up on that gives me like 100 damage. Shit, I'm doing running 3 because I'm thinking of 3. I'm thinking like, oh, it's 4-3, and then I'm doing 3, but it needs to be 4-3 plus 4. I'm not holding back. Why am I not getting back? Oh, baby, look at that. You can do this. I do 2. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. So, some of the things that Fergus was doing, or that I saw Fergus was doing, was this. Shit. Hold on. What was it again? It was... Man, what, am I not getting? He was doing something into sidestep 3. Maybe something like that. But what I've been so you can do what you're saying, down forward 1-2 shoulder. Get the window service in your room. Maybe in like it, you got your window fixed. So you can, Kenny, you can do 1-2 4-3 up down 4-3. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. So it's 3-2 up down 3. So you get sidestep 3. There you go. That's what he was doing. Yeah, cancel sidestep 3. You do it off 3-2 though. 3-2 will do more damage. There you go. 62 damage. What I've been doing, if you want to do this instead though, let's say you want to do this. This puts people face down. It's very nice. You can always do that. Booty bop. Booty bop works too. Well, adjusted the maintenance. Dude recommended I write a letter to my leasing office to get a new window plane because if I write it down, they have to do it because of documentation. Ah, gotcha. Well, I hope that works out. Hope you don't have to mess too much with that. That sounds like it could be a pain in the ass if it doesn't go right. I like this because I like down forward 1-2-3 because as long as you get this 2, you can get it to work. So, this is what I mean. Oops, I didn't get the back. Oops. I was supposed to do something else. Fuck, almost got it. You gotta do it quicker. Boom. Blom bomb safe? It looks like it's safe. Let me try to get a general guess. Yeah, push is far away to be safe. Yeah, that's definitely safe. 100%. I would say that maybe what I should do is do this. Bomb. Pushes you back? It doesn't push the opponent forward? That's fucked up. Oh, I can punish it. Hold on. No. I got the punish. Yeah. It's not punishable. Or it is. It's pretty negative. She has two, so she has so this is not really blonde bomb because she like sort of like extends her arms out like this. The other move that you're referring to is this one. This is definitely safe. Blonde bomb. Oh, wait, I got a punish. Hold on. Huh. Guess we get know when the frame data comes out. Actually, I should look at RB Norway real quick to see if the frame data did come out. Oh, the frame data is out. I just want to be collected. Nope, hasn't been updated since the 9th. Okay. Anyway. What else can we do within this mix-up, right? So I've showed one part of the mix-up. What else is mix-up things that we can use? So let's try this, right? Since I'm going to CJ, why don't I do the other things? That might be the mix-up for down forward 2-3 at a wall, 4-4-2 or down forward 4 kind of thing. You know, so let's say I get the wall, right? There are stuff like that you can do. Especially if you want to use, you can can do things like you can do CJ mix-ups on the wall too if you do 1 2 what's it called? 1 2 3, like stuff like that. So you do hit. Right, and now you're on the wall doing mix-ups. So there's stuff like that you can do. You can catch people off guard like this pretty easily, right? Especially if you do stuff like let's do this. I thought you got booty bop out of this. Yeah, it's just, yeah, there you go. It's not 4 2 plus 3. Kind of sucks that she doesn't have a tracking move out of CJ. That would have been good for the wall mix-ups. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. There you go. See, there's ways you can go into CJ and like put mix-ups this way. There's one other ways where I think this character can get a lot of damage is that her back, she has some of the easiest ways to launch someone on their back. Like I was doing this a while ago, but if you watch someone, or if you see someone like abuse forward 4, because it's such a good move. Oh, it's not set. You can launch them pretty easily. Like anything that's forward moving, like sidewalk. If you learn how to sidewalk with this character, she can fuck you up. Oops. Oops. Come on. So I imagine like a lot of sidewalk stuff is like learning how to sidewalk with her is going to be pretty important too. Okay. What did I do after this? What was my combo for CJ 443? I have this written down somewhere, right? CJ 443 while standing 1. Ah, that's how I got that. Okay. Oops. I didn't hold back. There you go. Hey, Kenny, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good one. Take it easy. And all that good jazz. Don't work too hard. So, there you go. Okay. Okay, so... You like my handle? I've liked this one quite a bit. I've stuck with it. I need to change it soon though. I need to change my handle routinely because otherwise people will find me. But I've liked this one too much. I don't want to change it. Okay. So, good thing to note, forward 4 does not work. Our CJ 444. At least if you don't delay, at least you have to delay it. All right. You have to delay it. Okay, cool. You can delay it. At that point, why aren't you using the mid though, right? Might be able to get a better high splat out of that. Hold on. Fuck. Too late or too early. Woo, baby, that's sick. I like that quite a bit. Oops. Ah, I missed the combo. Maybe I should do the easier full crouch down forward 4-1 combo. Nukuno, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment. It means a lot. I'm glad you guys liked my commentary at SCR. I wanted to put on my best effort for the home region, so it looks like I did that. So I'm pretty happy. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll probably do SCR recap in a little bit. I'll just go over through like the finalists and see what I thought and stuff like that. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I don't know why my Twitch alerts aren't working yet. But oh hey, Alistair, I think I found a emote I want to use. So hopefully I get you an emote in a bit. I have to fix it up a little bit for emotes use, but I think I found one. It's really stupid and it's a lot for me, but for now that's pretty good. Yeah, that misses sometimes for no reason. I think I want to go for the full crouch down forward one instead. Oops. Gotta full crouch down forward. I have to retrain myself now. Missed it. Woo, baby! Look at that damage. Have we got used to use crouch dash 1+2 grab? If so, what do you think of it? Could it be used frequently? I mean, this throw, right? So the one problem with this throw, so it has two good things and one big problem, right? The good thing is that you can be done out of CJ, right? Because you can do CJ crouch dash and then immediately grab. So you basically do a down forward 1+2 and you get a grab, right? Because you immediately go into crouch state out of that. This is also the way to get instant any crouch dash thing out of CJ is that you just do it down forward. Right? Stuff like that. So the thing is that the problem with this is that she's not able to crouch cancel her CJ. Right? So the problem with it is that if I see a throw out of CJ, I'm breaking it every single time because it's a 1+2 break, right? Let me test that. I actually didn't test that last time. All right, sweet. Oh, it's a one break? Oops. It's a one break? Huh. It's a two break. Huh. I would have never guessed. That's crazy. Cool. Missed it. So the problem is that as soon as I see the, like, if I watch her go into CJ and I'm like, oh man, what's she gonna do? I know she's gonna do two. That's the problem. Its better use is that when you start putting it into your other mix-ups, right? Since it's a two break, and I don't think she has any other command grabs. She has elbow smash. That's right. I forgot. Let me record that one too. Okay. Is that 1+2 break? It looks like it's 1+2 break. I think I knew this. Yeah, that's 1+2 break. Okay, so she has a 2 and a 1+2. Chin bash. And then she has overhead toss, which I believe is also a 1+2 break. I'm either showing my ignorance or I'm showing that I'm learning. One way or another. It's a one break. She has a command. She has a command grab? No. Oh, it is a 1+2 break. So she has two 1+2 breaks, and she has a 2 break, and then she has generic throws. So it's a 2 1+2 mix up. She has a 2 1+2 mix up. She has a two-way mix up. So one thing is for sure, if you're not sure and you're like me and you don't know how to do, you're not good at seeing hands yet. You should always break 2. Unless you start seeing proper guesses on 1+2. 2 will break a command throw and generics. 1+2 will break your 2 command throws. So the thing is that you can't do it at a CJ, which kind of sucks. Cool thing though, however, is that you can do stuff like you can train someone to like be afraid of you, right? So you can do stuff like this as soon as they start ducking, right? 1 2. Right, and then as soon as they stop ducking and they're taking these, right? Then you start applying mix-ups. So I think what you want to do with your mix-ups is that you really want to sort of figure out the time to do it. However, you want to leave this since chin bash and since chin bash is the only 2 break. What you want to do is you actually want to train them to 1+2 break. So you want to use this a little bit more. You get this, and then put a mix-up on them. This will probably be your best throw because it leaves you so close. This is really good, but the reason why you use this is that it position switches. Or it position switches on break, and then on hit, it gets you off the corner. So let's say you're on the wall like this, and you want to like, man, I don't want to be on this wall anymore. You do this. Why? Because if they break it, you position switch. If you don't, you get out of the corner. If you do things like one throw, the problem with one throw is that although it position switches, it doesn't get you that far off the wall. So if you're to get someone, or sorry, not one throw. Sorry, one throw is her 2 throw, because her 2 throw doesn't position switch, but it does side switch. So her 2 throw takes 1P, If you're on 2P, you take 1P, but you don't take 1P spot. You have your back against the wall. 1P or 1 throw switches positions. And that's pretty good. However, 2 throw doesn't like technically switch positions to you. You're still kind of in there. You're just off to the side. 1 throw will switch positions. But 1 plus 2 throw gains you the more reward. There's always that, and then I believe these are the quick ones too. They don't have any animation. So there's stuff like that. I think it could be used frequently. So this is the thing. Immediately what I would want to do is that if I notice that someone doesn't know how to do chin bash or deal with chin bash mix-ups, then first thing I'm doing is that I'm throwing this guy first like this, right? This does not only 50 damage, like it's a fuck ton of damage for a throw. Like this is as much of a back throw. 50 damage is insane. 60 damage on her back throw now. God damn. So this has more value. Most people's back throws are 50 damage. So you want to put that in first, and then as soon as you get them to break 1 plus 2, now you're putting 2 throws in there. I don't know her chin bash inputs. I'm assuming these are all like 1 plus 2, 1 breaks, stuff like that. Arm break. I'll have to try to figure it out. They're not only cool, but they do good damage. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You know what's the cool thing though is that you see a lot of people like there was a clip out today which was pretty funny of Forsen Forsen is like practicing Tekken now after SCR, and then he got RDC'd and he's looking at RDC like, what the fuck is happening? Are you serious? Did this dude do 100 damage on me? And like to anybody who's like playing Tekken before, it's like, yeah, this is like the rite of passage. Everybody gets RDC'd. So it's pretty funny, right? Maybe I could put this a little bit higher so I'm not going over that. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So it's pretty funny, right? I was like, that dude got RDC'd. Rite of passage. You're now a Tekken player. But that is the case. Like, there's a lot of people that don't know how to deal with chain throws. So what you can do is that I'm gonna do this the cheater way. Please don't be mad. Oops. Boom, 58 damage. I did nothing. I mashed. By the way, this is a good way to know whether how the mix-ups are gonna be. Go into trading mode real quick and do this and see what the mix-ups are. A lot of the times, if you're playing with somebody else, like let's say you're playing a king player, right? Let's say you're playing a king player. Look at the move, and you're going into button select. Look at what they're selecting buttons. If they put this button down, if they put all 4 buttons down, they're probably looking to mash out these things. They don't want to bother with it. Look at what button they map here, because it could mean something. Right? 2 plus 3 doesn't work. I thought that was a meme when Forsen hosted him and people were saying he played and stuff. Nah, he played. He played at SCR and he's playing on stream. By the way, full warning, I have no fucking clue who Forsen is. But I was recognized too. So, but he is, what's that called? He's picking up the game. Cool. Came out to SCR for it. That's crazy. Okay. So I have an idea on, back to the matter at hand. So, how do we expand on this? How do we expand on this beyond it being a low mid mix up? Because that's really boring. There you go. That's how you start expanding on it. Now we're using the roll. I thought that was a meme when Ford hosted Eris and people said he was playing and stuff. Oh. No, he was actually playing. I also didn't know he hosted Eris. Eris is like your favorite commentator's favorite, or not favorite commentators, your favorite streamer's favorite streamer. It's kind of crazy. You always see people like Moon Moon and fucking other cats in there too. It's wild. There you go. Now we're adding layers. Now we're adding layers. We're getting a host? Or being my favorite streamer's favorite streamer? Nah. I am just taking my practice and putting it on stream so that people can watch and have fun. And listen to how I learn characters, and hopefully that helps them approach, because I'm a newer player. I started with 7. So a lot of the ideas that I have are newbie ideas. And if I help them implement it from my point of view, that might be helpful. Yo, Little Majin, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. I see the stream business for you is going pretty well too. And that was like one of the coolest things. I remember after Evo, you had like 800 people in your stream. I was like, man, this dude's taking it to the moon. I was pretty happy about it. So hope you're doing well, man. Hope everything's going well with that. Don't know what you're looking for, but it sucks that we didn't get to see you at SCR. It would have been a good event. It was still a good event. SCR was pretty good, but obviously we miss the likes of Little Majin. For King players, we had Duke and Mondo Savage. That was pretty cool. I love Mondo Savage. I hope he gets more credit later on. Online guy. He's one of my favorites. He's my favorite player that nobody knows. Because he's just an online cat. Him and Glaciating and Tay. I love some of the online cats. They're so good. But yeah, I appreciate the follow, Majin. Thank you very much, man. What else? Okay, so I think I've basically covered the idea of like how I want to go through mix-ups. Because I'm going to use running 3+4, aka running 4-3. And then from there, I'm going to put mix-ups on instead of doing this. If I want damage, this is still accessible. I still have 67 damage. But if I want to put the mix-up on, I can do that. Stuff like that, right? Let me try this one more time. I gotta delay it slightly because it's too easy to stay on the ground. Missed that, but that's the idea. Well, to me, I started late July. So I'm scrapping, getting some knowledge. Yeah, it's good to know, man. Yeah, ask me questions whenever you want. I'm just sort of this is like my second year in Tekken. So I started last July. I started with console release Tekken 7. And so basically all the knowledge that I've had from there is basically only a year old. So I'm also scrapping for knowledge too. I'm still on my way. Cool. So I guess the other thing to know for me is that if I'm like at home trying to be an Ana player, I'm learning everything I can do out of this, right? If I see people start swinging, then I'm using the power crutch out of crouch. But if people don't swing, then I'm putting mix-ups on. Missed it. Did it too late. There's also other things to do here. So I'm mainly playing around running 3+4, aka 4-3. But earlier, what I was finding is that you can do stuff like this. So where dumb. And then I'm supposed to be doing down 4-3-1 sidestep cancel. The reason I don't like it is because I fuck it up constantly. And then you're running in for more mix-ups that way. You're not dropping that much damage off of as opposed to running 3. So it's something. That's not what I meant to do. All right. There you go. Now you have a sidestep mix-up. There's so much to be playing with this. This is like the funnest part of this. Is that once I get the launch here, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to like knock people away and not get mix-ups. I want to put people in the blender. Right? Now you're +6. You hit people on the ground with sidestep 2. Look at that. Oh, baby. That's what I like to see. This is my shit. Right? Like, I don't want people to get up. I want people to eat shit. So how much damage does that do if they don't tech in time? This is a situation where people will not tech in time. That is 69 damage. So this is what I'm doing right now. So the next thing that I would want to do personally is that once I get this all in my head, right? I'm like, all right, what are my mix-ups? If I were to do down 4-3 sidestep mix-ups, what am I doing? Well, I'm first fucking hitting it. Right, down 2. 2. Yeah, for me, I think I need to focus on doing different things. In deathmatches, I feel like I'm doing repetitive things, and I start losing to my Josie, like your own Josie. So I'll tell you as much as this. Early on, when you're trying to learn, doing repetitive things is not a terrible thing, because in the end, really, this block is the same as this block. It's a low block. So, in the end, it's mostly the same thing. What I would tell you is that I would say focus on a couple of things and work from there. For me, if I were saying Ana, the 3 things I would be focusing for Ana for me is that 1, block punishing. The thing about Ana is that her block punishing is actually trash. But it does facilitate a bit of her game, right? 2-3 goes into CJ. If you're not prepared, you're getting launched, right? So like, imagine this. Imagine getting in this 10 frame situation. Come on. And then you're getting into mix-ups again, right? Like, you got hit by a 10 frame. Now you're eating all this damage. And now I'm putting on mix-ups. So So the thing I first recognized for me is that I need block punish just because it facilitates my game. Second thing I recognize is that I don't need to go for max damage every single time. This puts on a mix-up, which gives me better potential damage. It's riskier, but it's a better game plan in my opinion. Going for this every single time, when you don't have good normal buttons, is kind of sucky. So for Josie, let me translate this to Josie actually really quick. I'll do that in a second, actually. Let me translate this to Josie real quick. For Josie, her game plan, in my opinion, is to whittle you down with lows until you start blocking or you start crouching, right? She's an array of lows that sort of do that. Between down 4, which I don't know if you know, but down 4 has that sound for a reason. It's like this whipping sound, right? And it sounds like it hurts, but it only does 8 damage. So why would you do that? Why would you give a move a sound like that if it didn't actually hurt all that much? Well, a lot of the reasons because they want you to use down 4 so that you put that idea into people's heads. This is something that you have to block because it hurts, but it doesn't really. It's something that's really hard to train out of a player's head. Full crouch or crouch dash 3. Crouch dash 3, the big slap, also really good low. That's the main low you want to train people to use. And then full crouch down forward foil. These are the lows that you sort of use to sort of train your opponent. And then afterwards, what are you thinking about? All right, so I have 3 lows in my head, right? I didn't give you too much, just 3 lows. So now what am I doing? Well, now I'm working with mids because the idea is that I want to get them to block low and then launch them for it. So what are the things I can do? Well, actually, let me switch to Josie real quick. It'll take like 2 seconds. Anyway. Hey, are you going to be playing commentating Soul Calibur 6? Yeah, don't worry about, like, you know, frequency of questions. Because I don't really have, like, a platform where I get to say this all that often. Other than my stream. Anyway, I'm going to be playing Soul Calibur 6. As for commentating it, it's one of those things where there has been a dedicated Soul Calibur community for quite some time, right? They've been quiet with the not knowing whether 6 is going to be ever out or before. So what I want to do is I want to learn the game and I want to play it and have fun with it. If I have a lot of fun with it, then I will stick around and I will commentate and have and, you know, be around in the community. If not, then you know, it will suck. I don't plan on not liking it, but if that happens to be the case, whatever it is, or if it's not my style, then you know, I'll just be an avid fan. No, I'll leave it at that. I watched Tekken for about 4 years before I started playing it. I watched Tekken for so long before I actually started playing it, so it could be the same for Soul Calibur. But the idea being that there has been a community for Tekken or for Soul Calibur for quite some time now, and those guys are dedicated to their game, so I want them to sort of get the spotlight before me. Because those guys have been putting in the time. I'll try. So my goal personally is that I want to learn the game enough to be able to do a pools commentary, so that way if there's any sort of problems, that I would be able to jump in on pools commentary, no problem, you know, like fill in gaps in people's schedules. But I want the guys who are focusing on Soul Calibur to get the spotlight on that one specifically. But I'll help when I need it. If I like the game tremendously, we see it could be like Tekken. When I started out with Tekken, I didn't think that I was going to like the game so much that I was going to start wanting to, you know, make it my main game, right? It kind of blew me away that I liked it this much. So, when I finally, like, sort of fell in love with it, I was like, you know, this game's pretty fucking sick. I'm going to keep going with this. And here we are. So it could be the same thing for Soul Calibur. I never decided I was going to commentate this. It was one of those things where I said at some point, I was like, I love this game a lot. And I want to talk about it all the time. So that's the idea. If it happens, it happens. I want people to succeed, especially Soul Calibur guys. Especially if there's like a Namco tour. I want those guys to really put forward. But I'll be around. I want to help out. No problem. No problem, man. I'm sorry that my tips were like legitimately all over the place and like a motherfucking unbelievable scramble of nonsense. I wish that you didn't get that. I really wish you didn't get that. I'm tremendously sorry that my notes or my thought process was actually a complete mess. But you seem like a smart enough dude to the point where you can fish together what I was trying to say, because oh boy, that was a fucking mess. That was a fucking mess. All right, so what did I do before? What did I did before is that I what I did before is that I picked up this character and I wanted to go for mix-ups. And off the hits that I got. And so the way that I decided to do that is I decided to do that out of two ways. I decided to do that by either getting the launch and then doing running 3+4 and then doing a mix-up out of that. Right? So this is a 54 plus 76 damage sequence, so that is going to be 130 damage off one sequence. This is also pretty scary because there's also, you know, obviously a mid out of this that I'm supposed to do. But that's the idea, right? Very simple. There's also, so this is one side of the mix-up that I want to do. The other side is that I want to do this. Oops. I want to do down 4, 3, 1 sidestep cancel. Oops. Let's try this again. Stuff like that. That sounds very Anime Fighter to me. Hey, guess what games I come from? I generally think so. Yeah, coming from anime games are very heavily focused on Oki. So a lot of the times for anime style games, the idea is that I don't want you to play. Why would I want you to play? Why would I want to give you the chance to do it? To play neutral versus me. Why would I want that? I want you to die. Anyway, so that's the gist of it. The reason why though is I want to do this for Anna specifically is not because I'm an anime I'm an Air Dasher player, but more so because her neutral's not fantastic. And because a lot of the times she sort of struggles without doing strings. This is probably her best mid poke. Crash Dash 4 is also pretty good, but it's kind of slow. This is pretty good. Falling Heel, as it's called. Sounds. Falling Heel, yeah. It's also very good too. So all of those put together. I see. I don't know about, you know. I guess I'm technically supporting the FGC, but I just want this. I just want everybody's game to do the best they possibly can. So that's the idea, right? I just want every game to succeed, and it's kind of hard, but I think at the minimum, if I can provide decent commentary for their games, I can be of assistance to communities. That's the idea. You know, a lot of the times when I commentate games like Unist. I know there are people in the community who are better commentators or know more about the game than I do, per se. But I know that if I jump on commentary, I can, one, show that I love this game dearly. I love Unist. It's a very, very good game. And two, that I can show my excitement for it and provide at least decent commentary. So in that way, I can be serviceable to the community and hopefully get people to show how cool it is. The third thing is that when I do commentary for games that are not my main game per se, I put time into Unist, but not as much as I do with Tekken or Gear. when I commentate those games, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring people into them. So if you noticed in my Eunice commentary, what I was doing a lot of the times is being pretty basic, and I was also explaining to people a lot of the mechanics as we were going along, right? So like during pools play, what I was doing was I was like, oh man, you see that grid meter on the bottom? Well, that's kind of like a tug of war between the two players. You might notice that, you know, people will stop what they're doing in order to play around that. That's very normal because of how strong it is. And so if you didn't know what the grid meter was before, now you know, and you're like, oh, that's, you know, unique that there's this meter that sort of plays outside the game but also within their play styles as well. That's cool. Or, you know, a character like Byakuya comes up and you're like, what is this character all about? Well, Byakuya really has decent neutral, but what he wants to do is want to put the mix up on you. You know, or Akatsuki. Akatsuki, you know, very bad outside, but in range, he's a fucking monster. So that's the idea, is that when I can do commentary for those games, I'm not going to be the most knowledgeable. I'm not going to be the person who breaks down every single moment, but I'm going to be as excited to be there, because I am, 100%. And then secondly is I'm going to be able to show people that this game is super fun and also very deep, and I'm going to bring commentary that is accessible. Sorry, I talked a shit ton. Don't worry, I used to conversation chats and actually team lines. My brain is such mush right now. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad I wasn't too much of a mess. Yeah, so Prograph, you kind of understand my idea on terms of how I want to approach Anna. This is partly because she has a really good mix-up. Her mix-up game's crazy, so I want to facilitate it as many times as possible. If I'm an Anna player and I'm thinking, well, you know, my neutral's not fantastic, my block punishing isn't great, but what is good is my mix-ups. Mix-ups are fucking scary, right? I have to deal between this and this. Those are both things that are pretty scary. So that's the idea. I want to play my neutral to facilitate my mix-up game. So I don't want to play neutral too much. In my head, that's how I think Anna is going to be played. I could be wrong, obviously. Because you do this, yeah, it gets you 71 damage, sick, but you're also out of range. So now I'm like sitting here and I'm trying to play neutral again. Tekken and anime fighters are quite the opposite. Yeah, you're right. I don't think you're. I think there's a lot of things that like sort of can be taken from one another, like the skills, but for the most part, they're pretty different. But you know, the skills are still there. Oki setups, neutral, learning how to facilitate your game. A lot of the reasons, like, what's it called? A lot of the things that anime characters have to do is that they have obvious strengths and weaknesses. Like, let me give you an example. The obvious weakness for a character like Milia is that she has very, very low damage or very, very low defense. If she gets hit, she fucking bleeds. You don't want to get counter hit. You don't want to get hit at all. But her strengths is that she has very high movement. And she also has the ability to put good mix-ups on. So what is the idea when you think about a character like this? Well, the idea is to play defense through movement and then find a hit, find a conversion into a knockdown, and then play your mix-up game. That doesn't sound too different from a game like Tekken, right? Instead of saying like, oh, hey, what I want to do is I want to sidestep and stuff like that, what I can tell you is that like this character has decent movement. She has good mix-ups, and I want to facilitate that mix-up by playing, by getting some sort of plus frames. You know? So for a character like Anna, where I'm like, where is it? It is 214. So where can I get the plus frames? So I can get it by being tricky. I can do something like that where I get the low, or I can do something like, you know, 4-3. Down 4-3-1 sidestep cancels, or 2-3 into judgment, stuff like that. The way you approach the general mechanics of a fighting game are different, but the ideas can be put together the same. right? So let's say like my idea for my for trying to facilitate your game plan is you're doing 2-4-3. Right, I forgot about 4-4-2. There you go. You can do the easy sidestep 3. It's easy damage. Or you can get a little bit more than that. Although I kind of want to mess with being her being face down. Face up, face away. See? Like I kind of want to mess with that. Delay it for a second. Stuff like that. Isn't it hella plus on block? Yes, it is. And also, if you're ready, you get a combo off it. Come on, buddy. Whatever. I promise you that you can get a combo off. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, whatever. Alright, so I talked about facilitating your game plan. I spent 2 hours talking about that because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to stay on track. But what I can do next is that what I want to do is I want to talk about her string game. The reason why I want to talk about her string game is because I think this is one of the ways that you can talk, you can sort of facilitate her game plan. Tekken can reward good defense, and anime fighters can reward good offense. So I would tell you that the difference between Tekken and Guilty Gear in terms of reward on terms of offense is defense is that the reward through Tekken on defense is block punishing. It's very different because in Gear there's almost no such thing as block punishing. Very few things are like supposed to be block punished in the same way that Tekken are. Tekken block punishing is a thing. It's a mechanic in the game that you have to like do, where you have to pick the right framed move in order to get it. A lot of the times in Gear, you can keep yourself safe by canceling into specials or stuff like that. Obviously, if you go into mix-ups, you get a punish, but a lot of the times the punishes are the same. So in Gear, what you want to do is that your defense can be done. Can you explain? Show us block punishing, please. Yes, sure. Block punishing, when I talk about block punishing, what I mean is that block punishing is when you block something that is unsafe and then you punish it. This is unlike anime games because in anime games what you do normally is that you sort of get things to whiff or you block the mix-up. So, let me do something that might be obviously punishable because I don't know Anna very well. In terms of her frame data, I mean. Right? This is obviously punishable. It's a low, right? So let me do this. That's a block punish. In Tekken, they have this fantastic thing where it'll tell you whether you've punished something or not in the bottom left screen. Right there. You see that little flashing punish on the left? It'll tell you that you've punished something accordingly. There's other ways to deal with stuff like this. This is also unique to Tekken, is that you can also like low parry stuff. You can also low parry stuff, you asshole. Come on. You can CJ it. Yeah. All right. But you can low parry stuff as well. So, that's a block punish. A block punish is when you block something and then you punish it afterwards because it is unsafe. In Guilty Gear and stuff like that, usually you can cancel into like fireballs or stuff like that, keep yourself safe. Like, for example, let me give you a good example. If you cancel, let's say you do / with Kai into stun edge, which is this fireball, you technically cannot punish him for doing that string or that cancel. What you can do is that on forward S, or not Fort S, Far S. On Far S, when you block it, you can instant air dash over the stunnage and punish him for that. That's not a block punish, but it is the offensive punish in a different way. Stuff like that. That's the differences in this game. Those two games. There you go. I said I'd do it at least once. You know, a lot of the times I forget that, like, the things that help you in during combos like this is that you sort of have to look at a point, like, do this, and then do the down 3. You sort of recognize how far you have to sidestep because of how far they've landed to the left of you. So it sort of helps you recognize how far you have to sidestep. I'm not sidestepping far enough. Whatever. That's the idea. Okay, let's talk about our strings. Okay, what do you got? 1 2, 1 2 3, and 1 2 4. Okay. So 1 2 is their other 10 frame punish. You have 2 3, which goes into CJ, but like you also have 1 2. It does less damage. This is 24. This is 17, but you can do 1 2 3 for the low, or you can do 1 2 4, which is high and safe. So stuff like that. I could see this a situation where you're doing 1 2 1 2 4, and then someone tries to push a button in that range. Like you can do 1 2 4. Oh, it's my turn? Nope. Counter hit. Stuff like that. Or CJ from back here. 1 2 4. Or 1 2 4. CJ. Because if you CJ here and they just backdash, you're good, right? Crouch cancel. And then you're good. Or if they don't, then you can chase them down with like 4 4 4 or something, which is safe. Falling heel, as it's called. So 1 2 3, 1 2 4. 1 2 3 is a low. This is how you sneak a little bit extra damage. The problem with doing this though is that you have a low high mix up, right? So the only good thing about this is that you do 1 2 3, or first thing you do, you'll do 1 2 4, right? And then they'll expect the high, or they'll try to duck it. If they do that, you can do 1 2 and then down forward 1. You know, stuff like that can be really scary. Yeah, if you get, and that's the good thing, right? Is that if you get the 1 2, like Prograph said, if you get the 1 2 3 to hit, you're in full crouch. You got mix-ups now. Stuff like that. So that's our 1 2 string. 1 2 1 4 as well. 1 2 1. That's a little bit faster than this. This string, I think, in my opinion, is mainly used to hit people on their back. I was showing this off earlier, so I'll show it off again. You can do record. So this is falling heel, forward, forward, 4, forward moving launcher move. That's like 31 frames. If you walk it, oh man. I can't do this on the wall though. Let's do this here. You can get the launch on the back. There you go. That's what I think 1 2 1 4 is for. Don't expect to see it a lot in block strings. Okay, let's see. Moving on. That's our 1 2 string. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. That's not a bad idea to use. And then duck. You can do stuff like that. 1 2. Let's see. Does it look very confirmable? Yeah, it's pretty confirmable on the back. You get 1 2. You get like 1 2 1. You get 1 2 1. You should probably be able to convert the back. Stuff like that. get on the wall if she forward splats. That's pretty silly. I was trying to do 4-2 plus 3. Wow, not even that? What about Blonde Bomb? Huh, that's really weird. Maybe just wine opener? There's some really silly shit. Either way, that's what I think it's used for. Anyway, oh, there's one more. So you can do 1 2 1 4 1 2 1 1 2 1 4 1 2 1 4 or 1 2 1 down 4. So quarter forward 1. Oh, maybe. You might maybe. If I'm good at quarter forward 1, maybe. I'm not though. Nah. We'll figure it out later. I think it's probably something stupid. There you go. Whatever. It's finicky. It was never supposed to be like not finicky, right? So, let's see. That's her 1-2 string. She also has a 1-4. This goes into the low a lot quicker. It's also natural for whatever fucking reason. It leaves her in full crouch, so I think that's the reason, because you can do full crouch mix-ups afterwards. So you have 1-2, 1-4. Stuff like that. Stomp right there. Stomp. Maybe. Face splat is so weird. This is like one of the weirdest like places you can be in. Whatever. Okay. So, the only problem with these strings is that there's no mids. Inherently, the mid is with setting a gap, so you sort of have to put an expectation that you're going to continue to do moves. So 1-2-1 and then down forward 1, because they're expecting 1-2-1-4 or 1-2-1 down 4. So you can do 1-2-1 down 4 to start off, right? And then as soon as they start ducking or low parrying, you do 1-2-1. Why is she able to do 1-2-1-2? Is that her like her fucking 10 string or some shit? It is her 10 string. Okay. So there's also that. It's all highs until a fucking low. I could probably catch somebody. I'll probably catch one person. I can do that. What else is there? Okay, so move. That's all of her 10 strings. Yeah. What I was saying, the problem with her strings is that they're all highs and lows. You have to sort of train people to think that there's going to be a low first. So I would say that like doing things like 1-2-3 early on is not a bad idea, and then you can do 1-2 into a launch or 1-2 into a safe mid. Those are things that are that are not a bad idea. Not a bad idea indeed. All right, moved on. 1-2 string. There's a lot of highs and lows in there, but there's not a bad. But if you can sort of sneak a low in there sometimes, especially like a 1-4, you have a full crouch mix-up, right? You can go 1-4 into full crouch down 4-2, or 1-4 into 4-2, stuff like that. 2-1 string. 2-1-4. Is Frost Needle the low? Is that what we're calling it? Yeah, we're calling it Frost Needle. Oh, no, that's the fucking high launch. Okay. All right. Frost Needle 214. This is the same string as 1214, but now it's just 214. Biting Snake. Is that where all the lows are called? No, they're called like left low kick and some stupid shit like that. Why is this one called Biting Snake? Does this give you something different on counter hit? No. Why is this one called something different? Whatever. Straight Face Wash. This is because this is called Face Wash. These moves both go into CJ. So this is your normal 10 frame punish and goes into CJ, and then you can get a mix up off this. Stuff like that. What was my mix? Oh, what was my combo off this? Right, it was something like that. These translators are lazy. Yeah. You're not wrong. Sometimes they are. Sometimes move lists make no sense. Jab roundhouse. 2-4. Just a knockdown. Huh. This is another one of those moves that pushes you really far away, and if someone ever presses a button in this range right here, it's sort of a free counter hit. So I would do this as I would do 2-4, and then I would do like that, or 2-4, sidestep 3, stuff like that. This is one of those moves you use to read. In 2-3, this is way to sneak damage in. This is so the one thing I didn't like about this being natural is that it sort of truncates your damage, because you'd be able to get, oh well, I guess they're both standing, so it's just 19 damage anyway. Never mind. It's different if you're launched. 3-3-2. This is down 3-2, and then but a 3 added before it. So what if I get the 3 to whiff, or the 3 to hit? Come on. Yeah, I thought so. It's just like down 3-2. I imagine that if you counter hit the first hit, it doesn't count. Yeah. It'll still do natural, though. It's still a high-low, so sometimes we'll catch people. 3-3-4. Ends with a mid. Does the mid give you anything special? Counter hit launch. Yeah, right? You do this. Get someone to swing into it. Anyway. Cool. Into B slap. Yo, slap that B. 3-4. High. This is your 14 frame punish. So don't think too much about this. Like, it's not like a high because it's like, oh, there's a mix up here. It's more of the same thing as this, but it's your 14 frame punish. 3-3-2. Yeah, this goes into right uppercut. 3-3-1. This is a lot of the same things for a lot of her strings. It makes me think that for the most part that you sort of have to play with being risky and cutting your strings off. So you can do things like, you know, 3-3, and then, like, you know, if you get someone to swing into it, you can do, like, you do 3-3 and then back 4 from here. You might catch them, but you might get someone to launch if they're, you know, crouching, or they maybe try to punish it. Let me try something actually. Yeah, if I try to punish the low because I think it's just 3-3, then I get launched. So this is it's not. I guarantee you the 2 isn't safe. Yeah, definitely not. 13. Not launch, maybe? Might be 13. Or not 16. Not 14. It's 13. It's negative 13, I think. So that's not crazy, because if you do this and you're not expecting the person to press the last button, or you crouch low and then you don't block high in time, then you might get this. This might be something I might have to try against people. I'm gonna actually write down a note. This is where online is really good. This is where online you can teach you how to play against other people, is that you try things like this on people. So like, let me give an example. Like, let's try this. Let's go online and like try 3-3-2 on people. How do they respond? Do they know that it's punishable? Do they just stand still? Do they see the low and then block afterwards? And if let's say it's the case that they see the low and they just hold back anyway, right? Why is it that they're not reacting and like blocking low? Because this is 3, very obvious. I can see this. I can see this coming up. 3. Oh, there's only a follow-up? Nice. You know, that's free CJ for me. But why would people get hit by this? They'll probably get hit by it because they're trying to block punish the low. So sometimes I would actually not mind them block punishing the low. Sometimes I would want them... Yeah, that's something you want to low parry instead of block. You're absolutely right. But the thing is that if you're not in the know, then this is the way you can catch someone. Right? So I'm just trying to think about ways that we can make this move work, basically. So the first thing I would do is I go online and try 3-3-2 and try to see if it works. If it doesn't work, why not? And second thing is that if I don't think it's work, how can I think about getting it to work? Well, maybe I need to train them to do it. Maybe I just do 3-3, right? And this is a way that I can get someone to like get a free low on someone really quick. And they'll be like, man, this 3-3 really fucking pestering me. Next time I see it, I'm going to low block. And then you see the low block and then boom, you get launched. Might be good once in a round. 3-3-4-2 or 3-3-4-1. It's like junkyard 3-3-2. High low mid. If it was safe, it'd be junkyard. I almost think it should be, but whatever. Head ringer, high and a low kick. Yeah. So thing that I've learned from her 1, 2, 3, 4 strings. She doesn't have any mids out of it except for 3-3-4-1 and 3-3-2. So if I were a player, then I would know that if I don't see this move, then there's no mids. So what I do is I'm looking for gaps. So I have to treat people like the gaps are... I have to mix up my gap timing. So 1, 2, I can maybe do 1, 2, and then stuff like that. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, side step 3, 1, 2, forward 3, down forward 3, I mean, 1, 2, down forward 1, stuff like that. I'm trying to get people to think about the mid because I don't have anything out of this. Cool. All right, moving on. I think a lot of these strings are combo fodder slash things that you should be using in general. This is her 14 frame punish that keeps you standing. It does do the spin out. That doesn't side switch. And it does wall splat, so that's nice. I believe that 3-4 also wall splats. It does. 3-4 does a little bit. I think it does the same amount of damage. It's just a range thing. Serval swat. Serval. This is a normal screw move. I don't expect to see that all that often in neutral. But it could be useful in some situations. I think it's like 18 frames or something like that. It could be situations where like you need to like get a punch from like over here or something. Blonde bomb. It's blonde bomb. It's pretty punishable. I saw that blonde bomb can punish blonde bomb, so there might be characters that aren't able to punish it. Aphrodite's Scorn. Booty bop. Boom. This is normally used for damage, but I also think it's 14 frames. Just a little bit less damage. It might be 13. It might be 13, actually. Let me try something. No, I think it's 14 frames. Yeah, I think it's 14 frames. But it is it's a good combo starter. If you're on the wall and you go bah, then you will get more damage out of your combo because it starts with 25 and it truncates the scaling a little bit, or it helps the scaling a little bit. What am I thinking? Continue on in the move list. That's what that is. Now we're getting to the down forward strings. So this is the other set of her strings. Down forward and down strings. She has a couple back here in the stuff. Like she has double slap, which can only be parried or sent returned by female characters. Stalker repellent is something else. Crosscut saw. I don't know what this move is used for yet. It's not particularly fast, but I guess it has like a sort of a command sidestep into it. So there is that. I think the one on its own pretty nice. You can also like keep turning with it. You don't really stop, and it's getting me dizzy, so I'm gonna stop that. To be fair, that's like one of the only 3-hit strings that has mids. That's true. You are being fair. You are being fair in that way. All right, let's go back up. Excuse me. Jab uppercut to Radiant Arch. So that's the other combo ender. That's not this. So there's like 3 typical enders that you do. There is the first one I showed you, which is down back 1-4. If you're good, then you'll be able to show the other one. Quarter forward 2-1, which high spots. If you want something that does a little bit more damage, then you have down forward 3-1-4. Hold on. There you go. Does 1 more damage. Usually a combo, and that's usually what we use that for, is a combo ender. It is it starts from mid high, and it's from the 3-1. So if there's for any reason maybe you get someone to swing into the 4. Oh, it does nothing. Yeah. Specifically a combo ender. There's a way to go into Chaos Judgment from it? Huh, I didn't recognize that. I need to stop holding the quarter forward. Whatever. Am I doing that right? Oh, it's 2-1-3. Or 1-2-3. I'm an idiot. Why did I think 3-1-4? Are you one of those offline only guys? I don't know. I could play online, but most of the time I feel like a lot of people, there's better streams for people who play online. My bad. Sorry. I don't know how to turn those off. I have to figure that out. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that anything I do online is going to be very helpful. I'm not very good. I just can break down things. I'll play online sometime. Maybe next session I do with Anna, I'll play online. And what I'll do is that, like, I'll bring down a list of things I want to do. Like, do this thing that I said I was going to do a second ago. Try 3-3-2. And then, like, what I'll do is, like, I'll play online. I'll be like, all right, let me try 3-3-2. What's the response? And then, like, sort of get an idea of what the response is. I'm going to go over their strings. I'm going to do, like, a really quick... There's not a lot of Anna matches analyzed. You're absolutely right. I'm actually trying to get footage. I'm trying to get permission to get SCR footage because there was a couple of Anna games there, and I want to analyze them. Because the guy who was playing Anna seemed like he knew what he was doing. And I was pretty happy about it. Hold on 1 second. There you go. That was gross. Sure, Fergus wouldn't mind looking at you some of his Anna death matches. Oh, yo, you're right. Here. I was trying to get SCR footage, but I should hit up Fergus as well. I will do that. Thank you for reminding me. Chanel was streaming some Anna. I don't know enough Korean to hit up Chanel, but I will look at his footage at least and try to break some things down. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Let's see. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4 goes into, or 1, 2, 3 has the CJ. This is pretty good on the wall. This is an alternative way to do a wall mix-up. So if you, hold on, that's not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do this. So this is a regular wall combo for me. I like doing this one a lot because it puts them face down. I gotta put the 2 in there so they slump perfectly. So you can do like Oki off that. But what you can do is you can do this. And then put mix-ups on. Or you can do stuff like this. 2, 1, 2, and then booty bop afterwards. Right? She can booty bop out of that, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah. Stuff like that. That's what that has a pretty good use in that way. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4 is the other ender. Should have stayed on the wall. It does less damage, but it recovers way faster. You can put on some mix-ups afterwards pretty easily. So you can probably mess with someone's timing if you do this. Right, like then you can put on full crouch mix-ups even from there. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 is used pretty well for. In neutral here, let's say you get that 13 frame punish. You can put on some mix-ups here. So you go into Chaos Judgment. But it might be easy to recognize that you need to press buttons in that situation. It's not a hard reaction, in my opinion. Kind of gimmicky, but it might work. Step in uppercut, that's her launcher. Back 3, or down 4, 3, 2 into chaos. You can also crouch dash out of this. Oh no, it's supposed to be back 3, 1. This is pretty cool. I like this quite a bit. Because this is what I was using for mix-ups earlier. Dun, dun, dun. Hold on. And then you can go go into mix-ups from there. But you're a little bit farther for some of the scarier ones. Ah. I didn't hold back fast enough. Anyway, that's the idea for that. It's not great. Actually, the thing that's like better for it is that you can sidestep cancel it. I should see the other things that you can sidestep cancel. I need to find I found that one website I was using for Anna frame data. Anna Williams. Have this on the side as well. I'm trying to see because unfortunately, even the frame data inside the game doesn't give you the information that you can sidestep cancel. Like you can sidestep cancel down 431, but it won't tell you. Right? So that's unfortunate. We go through all the forward moves. I'm trying to figure out where we are on this schedule. I'm not going to show it because it's not that big of a deal. Down forward, 1, 2, 3, CJ. There you go. Okay, that's the other thing. I knew there was a couple other things that you could sidestep cancel. I just wanted to make sure I knew what they were. Okay. All right, keep on the move list. Down forward, 3, 1, 2. I tried to put this in my combo, but I couldn't figure out a way to do it. She doesn't really have a lot of like really good screws to do this with. But it is something. Whatever. I don't see really good use for this right now, in my opinion. High, high, high. Or mid, high, high. I guess the one saving grace for this move is that according to the frame data here, it's a -2, but it's also another high for you to duck. So that was pretty fast. We're saying down forward 3, 1, 4, 2, 3 highs. Down forward 3, 1. Down forward 3, 1, 4, 2. Let me set this guy into crouch guard, and then all guard. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty easy ducks then. I think you can sidestep cancel the last hit though. Yeah, you can sidestep cancel the last one. Not that it matters too much. A lot of things like this, like a lot of these strings are safe on block, like even 3-1, but let's see, like 3-1 on its own is like mid-high and it's -3 on hit. So you can do things like 3-1 and then afterwards you can duck. Or 3-1. Stuff like that. That's something, I guess. 3-1 is good. I don't know if the strings are all that good. So, 3-1, 2, 4, 3. 3-1, down 4, 3-1, 2. The timing on these strings are really weird. It's also a high. It's a sudden storm. There you go. There's a mid. Eventually. 3, 1, 2, 4, 1 plus 2. That's another mid. If for some godly reason you get away with all of this, you get a mid afterwards, I guess. Sure. Creeping step. You can crouch cancel out of this. It's your bread and butter stuff. I actually don't mind using this on block. Because if I recall correctly, quarter forward 1's not bad on block. Let me check real quick. Quarter forward 1 is +3 on block, so yeah, that's something. So this is a good way to force block plus frames. Press buttons. Press buttons. Press buttons. I dare you. All right, let me back to the matter at hand. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 4. Oh, that's that move. Okay. 3, 2, 1, down 4. So now we're going to the regular strings again, huh? Yeah, we're going back to the regular strings. I kind of like 3 through 3. 3 through 3. 1. Approaching storm. I should see which one of these jails and which doesn't. Our crouching guard. I think these all jail. Oh, that does that jails? Yo, that jails. Huh. That's -11, but it jails. Yeah, the last one you can duck. That jails. That's pretty good. It's -11 though. Why'd you back away, you asshole? No, I want you to get hit by this. Is that what a guard all does? I didn't know guard all did that. That's wild. Guard by backdashing? Alright, I see you. Wow, that doesn't even launch?
Yeah, he was the best motorcycle rider I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god. Doesn't even fucking launch. Ah! These characters are so aggravating sometimes. It's just so unlike anything else in this game. I haven't heard this song in so long. Alright, where am I at? Approaching storm. You know, this jails, and I think as long as that jails, this has a place in the game somewhere. Rest of this doesn't. You can duck the 3-2. So 3-1, 3-2. However, you can trigger the bot into it, which is sick. All right, there you go. Stuff like that. You can mess with it. There's stuff with the 3-1 cancel, and I think because there's stuff with the 3-1 cancel, you can do what's it called? 3-1-2. So I would almost say do the 3-1-2 first, and then start putting the side step cancels in. But there is stuff there. What about 3-3-3-4? 3-3-3-4 is safe and 15 on hits. What is 3334? It's another high. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the other one's also a high. Oh, it's -6. Okay. You know, maybe I'll catch someone with this. I don't know. It screws? It does not screw. You're a liar. How the fuck do I get this to hit? You know what? I believe you, video game. I believe you. That also screws, so this makes a certain amount of sense. Oops. Move lists. Mid-head ringer. This is a screw move. All right, I believe you. It screws. I just don't know where I'm gonna use it. 3-2-4 also screws? Huh. You know, I could see this off like a float. But even then, like off a float, if you get jab, jab, and then you do 3-4, that's probably better still. So you got like 1-1. Stuff like that. Actually, it might be better to do 3-4. 3-2-4. Might be better to do that, actually. Wine opener. This is her low. Counter hit. It's -16. 16 frames and also -16. I think we're out of string territory. I don't like her strings all that much. Her string game is kind of weird. Her string game really revolves around doing this, doing the crouch dash cancel, and like her regular strings are also good. But I think really for the most part, are we out of string territory? No, there's a couple strings down here. I'll go through it. But for the most part, the strings I'd want to like do is like, I think down forward 3-3-3 is not bad, but like her down forward 3 string is really good. Or down forward 3-2. 3-1 is not that great, but it has the sidestep into it. 3-2 has 3-2-3 and 3-2-4 and 3-2 down 3. So there's stuff there. It's like her 1-2-4 and what's it called? 1-2-3. So it's similar. So you can apply those mix-ups from different points, which I think is the idea, and it's all about the stagger pressure. So you can do like 3-2 or what's it called? You can do 3-2 and then 3-2-4 and then 3-2 down forward 1 and then 3-2 duck. You can sidestep cancel this? I don't know if this is actually a sidestep cancel or more that I'm just sidestepping afterwards because it has low recovery. But it's pretty fast. You can sidestep cancel it. That's right. I forgot. You can sidestep cancel it because, what's it called? I was doing it for the wall combo. You can 3-2 sidestep cancel. So 3-1, 3-2 sidestep cancels are sort of how you facilitate the game, I guess. That's cool. That's a lot of things I have to focus on. Bunch of highs. Surprise, surprise. Her punishment game is whack too. Yeah, I fucking hate it. I actually hate her punishment game. Because her punishment game is not, her punishment game isn't punishment. And that sounds really stupid, but like her punishment game is all about doing stuff like this. 1-2. Stuff like that, where you're doing like, you're giving up damage and you want to put mix-ups on. Which kind of sucks, but it's like, you kind of want to do that on your own terms and you can't. It's kind of weird. kind of want to look at down forward 1-3. I didn't look at it in high enough detail. Negative 12 on block. Down forward 1-2. 1-2-4 is safe though. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of I could see this being a thing where you're like doing like 1-2-4 for the down forward 1-2-4 for the punish, duck, face wash, and then into you do 1-2-4 duck. Stuff like that. She's tricky. I can see why people don't think she's good. That's Fergus's Discord. Oh, hey. I'll put that over to the side. Here, I'll just join it real quick and then I'll figure it out later. I didn't know you had a Discord. Anyway, cool. Maybe I'll be able to ask him from there at his Discord. Anyway, okay, so a lot of this is going to be practice for me. A lot of this is going to be me, like, I think I'll do, next time I do stream, I'll do a stream where I focus on her strings. I'll focus on a couple of things. Like, before I go online, I'll be like, all right, these are the things I'm going to focus on when I play. So I'll try to do that. Let's do her down strings. Down 1-2. Is that down 1-2? Down 1-4. I'm an idiot. This is weird. I don't know what this is about. It's like a counter hit. She gets a little bit more off her 10 frame from crouching, like, but it's like let alone remember. Yeah, I try to catch him as best as I can, but yeah, him being different time zones is rough. But you know, I wake up for football here and there, so it's not too crazy. I guess if you duck and you get a counter and punish, you can get that. What's the plus frames on it? Gotta go through all this. Icicle. This is a weird move. Down 2 is a weird move. It's -1 and it leaves you crouch state. But and it's also +5 on hit and counter hit knockdown. So I guess it's just like a generic normal, but like I don't know, it's weird. I think it's the way that it looks weird. Why would you ever want to do this on someone? Why would you ever want to point your fingers downwards onto someone's head? Like this just sounds like a bad idea. This is how you break fingers, by the way, in fighting. This is fine. Like, using the meaty part of your hands is a very legitimate tactic on how to play, how to fight. Like, this is how people, like, they can sort of pressure, and a lot of styles have been around using the meaty parts of your body so you mitigate damage. Like here, what's it called? These are parts of your arm where you can use in order to block or hit, and you mitigate your damage on your own body. But that just fucking hurts. I know. Just going your pressure point in your neck. You know what? That's probably an idea. That's probably. I know it's supposed to be stylish, but I'm supposed to be. I'm an idiot. Like I think about things way too much. This is why I play characters that like that are like Southern Shaolin, Hungwa, like Bajiquan, like those type of characters, because they'll hit fucking hard and it makes sense. If I hit you with my shoulder as hard as possible, you're probably gonna feel it. Hungwa just translates into video games really well. So down 3-2, counter hit launcher, similar to wall rings as well. If you read like a jab string, you can counter hit launch with this. Down 3-4-1. This is used for combos mainly. Last hit's a mid though, and I think the last hit is a counter hit starter, including the second hit. So if you're swinging to either of them, I guess. Wow, not that time. Never mind. Let me see. What frames does it leave you at? You can sidestep cancel it? Oh. The website that I'm using right now is not very clear. You can CJ cancel. You can also sidestep cancel down 4. It's not very clear. Down 4. So this is usually used for combos. There's 2 combos where this is mainly used. Is off up 4-3. If you can hit it, it's kind of hard. I don't know why I'm not hitting it. I was getting it consistent a couple days ago. You can also do it off 4-4-2. There you go. There you go. Hey, who did you play in Guilty? I played Kai in Guilty. I played Kai, Venom. I played Kai and Exert, and I didn't really go too much farther than that. I played a bit of Soul, but not too long, and a little bit of Venom. In XXAC, in the old game, I played mainly Kai, but I also played Faust. Yeah, Venom's my side character, and you'd think like, oh, why the fuck would you make Venom your side character? You're an idiot. But I just find him really cool, and I think he's one of the most impressively designed characters in fighting games. Bottom line, like across the board, he's like unbelievably phenomenally designed. Both his XX and Exert versions. For me personally, though, I think Exert, they did a lot of really cool things to make him very scary. I think, sorry, I blanked for a second. I think one of the things that they did very well in Exert in terms of his version is they made his ability to do things a lot easier. By that I mean that they made him a little bit more intuitive, so he's not too hard to pick up. The basic game plan for Venom is much easier to play than the basic game plan for Venom and Exert is much easier to play than XX. XX, there's no pick up and go version of that character. He actually sucks. But in Exert, there's a pick up and go character version of that character that is pretty darn good and can work under regular fundamentals. And improvisation is very good for that character, so that's why I like playing him. But I love Venom. I think for me, Venom is just like one of the coolest characters ever made, so that's why I play him, even though I'm bad. I haven't played him in a while though, to be honest. But I play Kai mainly. That's why you can see like my channel is just has a bunch of Kai shit over it. It's because Kai is my favorite fighting game, my favorite character I've ever played. He's really like my base for like everything. I've been playing Kai for, if you count all the times that I was playing against computers and stuff, because I was playing a very long time. I was playing computers against in XX because I didn't have anybody else to play with when I was younger. I played Kai. I've been playing Kai for 16 years. Yeah, I played XX. When I was younger, I would play. When I was younger, I would play the. What was I gonna say? The older versions of the game from the original, but then I started getting better, or I started later on during XX days, like 2009ish. I kind of wanted to play against other people, so I started finding arcades and stuff like that, and that's where I started. XX was really fun. XX was my start. I don't think a lot of people know that that I started with Guilty very early on. A lot of people that I find in the Tekken community nowadays are just like well, like, what'd you come from? And I tell them that I come from gear, and that surprises a lot of people. But I'm not the only one. Who else? Beautiful dude, Julian was also a Guilty Gear player. Little Majin, you might be surprised, was also a Guilty Gear player. I think he played both, but I knew him. Both Big Majin and Little Majin were Guilty Gear players. Shinblade is also a Guilty Gear player. There's quite a few of us that play Guilty Gear and Tekken. I think it rewards the same type of person, which is the being able to be dedicated. Makes me sound like a really old dude, but I'm 18. The arcade when I went to had a lot of old school games. Oh man, what's it called? That's what I used to do. People think I'm much older than I am because I say that I love CVS2 and it's my favorite Capcom game, but I'm still only 25. I wasn't around during the, heyday of CVS2, but I love it to death. It's a great game. All right, so 4-1, you can go into CJ here. 4-1, you can sidestep cancel. This is a good way to also facilitate your game from this, because you can go, you can put things like down forward 1-4. You might get it blocked. It doesn't matter because what you're trying to do is trying to put mix-ups on. Stuff like that. Yeah, low into low and you end up full crouch. So you can do things like I guarantee they'll hit someone. That was a shitty combo too. I guarantee they'll hit someone. Let's see. Chaos Judgment. Bloody Scissors. This is her unblockable. I saw a combo that was done by a guy on Twitter called Lionheart. He's like basically been playing Nina, and like his Twitter has had a bunch of Nina shit. So I saw a combo with it where you do like treading water and then you get to the wall. And then you go into CJ and then you cancel CJ into her unblockable, and I don't know how he did it. I gotta ask him. Scarlet Spout, this is the thing that you use after your combo to get unscaled. So that's pretty cool. So the reason why I stopped going for this is because it ends your pressure. You get 67, which is great damage, but it ends your pressure. The one good thing about it, however, is that it makes all floats very scary. So you get more damage. You add 13 on every float than other people do. And you get to do it anywhere. Unlike Law, where Law takes his floats and he gets good damage off it off the wall, or low parries and gets more damage off the wall. She gets more damage off her low parries in her floats than every other character, unless you want to go for a mix-up. But I think using down back 1-4 on stuff like that's not a bad idea. There's no counter hit launcher out of the 4, right? Oh, there totally is. It just looked like a counter hit launcher. I felt like it. How do I pick that up? Down forward 1-4? Yeah. That's silly. Why would anybody swing into this? Us Law mains need that wall. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I think Law gets to excel at, is that his low parries and his floats mean more than everybody else's. But now it means as much as Anna's. But Anna's gets more everywhere. But Law does have Dragon Cannon, which makes it so that his low parries and his wall damage is low parries and his floats mean more than other people. Mudslide. Is her sort of a, you call it like a snake edge, but it's not really. But it has the same idea. Yeah. Severe Quake. So this, I hate these moves, but it does hit the floor very well. Let me see. Down back 4 on hit is -7. On the second hit, if for some reason you fucking get the other thing to hit, also -15. I think the second one, what's it called? Counter hits? I don't know why you would get counter hit by this, but I guess it would happen. Why did it not counter hit that time? So I don't know. It must counter hit from like the front or some shit like that. Oh shit, I didn't know this existed. Cool. That's nice. Sepia drop. This is a counter hit combo. It's pretty cool. I like how it looks. That's about it. Other than that, it really sucks. Like, it's -20 in crouch state. It's just a free launch. This move really sucks. Weeping slap. This is her power crush. It's pretty good. You can get a mix-up off it, but I don't know if you can get anything off it. I haven't seen anybody get anything off it. I went to a different stream to say hi, and they have the same lo-fi radio on. Yeah, this is the one I've gone to for like years, though. I'm just... I kind of just didn't want to listen to the geometric plane song, which is alright, but it's, you know, it's kind of boring. I like using this stage too much. It's the perfect stage for training. For me, at least. Stalker Repellent. This is like her Hell Sweep. So the cool thing about her Hell Sweep is that one, it has great range, but you have to sort of trip with it. This on its own is not bad to use. On counter hit, it's clean always. Okay, but you need a clean hit in order for it to knock down. So if you just do it on its own, it's sort of like Leo's, where you have to use it. You have to press the second hit before the first hit happens to get the knockdown. If the game indicates that you've pressed the second hit before the first hit has happened, then it will give you the knockdown. However, if you are out of range, it will not, even if you do it. I believe it's super duper negative anyway. Oh no, it's plus -7 if you go with it. So if they don't duck it, cool. I didn't know that. Poor girl, always studying. I mean, what do you think we're doing here? Me and this girl, we're studying. Trying to get this to work, baby. Crosscut saw. I don't know what this fucking move is for yet. I don't know what this move is for yet. Do you know? If you know, let me know. But this move doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why it exists. Other than the back one itself is cool, but I guess they gave it a string out of it, so you can like... It's your boy. What's up? What is exclamation part roll up supposed to do? I don't have anything, like, I don't move bot set up on my channel because I'm lazy. I need to do that. I'll do that. I don't know what there is. This is getting me dizzy. I need to stop this. Okay. Double slap. This is the launcher that it works on just what's it called? Just men. On girls, they can parry the back 2-2 by hitting 2-2 before the second hit happens. So I'll show you. I'll show that off. It's pretty silly. So that's what happens normally. If you get the 2 hits in time, you get to launch her the same way. New and improved alerts? Yeah, I know, right? If I can get this fucking this alert to work for here, it would be nice, but I can't. And I don't know why. I can get like a couple of them to work, but not the ones that are from today, and I don't know why. Actually, no, never mind. I can only get one person. Oh, wait, there it is. Fucking, I don't know. Andy, what the hell are you doing here? How's it going, babe? Hope you're doing well, dude. Oh, are you going to see Otaku? I didn't know. I should probably do a pre-see Otaku stream, huh? Actually, that could be fun.
in an objective way. Maybe he's walked in and set up on.
It's your boy,
Check it out,
Shad.
see what his Capricorn
Shad.
thing is all about. Check it.
Oh no, I'm sorry, dude. If I had a bajillion dollars, I'd send you out anyway, but that sucks. Why'd your card get towed? What the fuck? You don't seem like the negligent type in that regard. I don't need to go over CJ stuff. Back 4, Rusty Hook. Tracking move. Go to tracking move. This and this are her tracking moves. New employees' parking system is broken and no one seems to care. What? Do you work like in a mall or like a not a mall, like a center? I don't know what to call them. Catapult kick. Oh yeah, this move. Is this move safe? This move will really suck if it's not safe. It's safe, at least. Oh, its neutral jump is not safe, but its forward is safe. Weird. Hailstorm. I think this is a counter hit launcher or counter. Yeah. Does damage on its own, but you can get. I can definitely get someone to swing into this. What can I get off this? I don't know. I have to figure out something to get off that. It's itself on its own is all counter hit launcher. I haven't been able to get anything off it consistently, but you can get it down forward 1-4. I think. Hold on. Let me try this. Yeah, I've been able to get that. So what I've been doing recently is I've been doing, and that's something you can mash out very easily. So basically, what the fuck? Yeah, I would fight that. That sucks. I'm sorry, Andy. That really blows. I'm sorry to hear that because it would have been cool to see you at least at Sea Otaku, but that is really shitty. You need the break? Well, it's good. You get to practice for a little bit and then hey, come what's it called? Come Frosty, you know, where you can put some time going towards the tour stuff and that'll be pretty fun. I mean, you know, all things considered, most people aren't going to probably make the tour at the end, but it's going to be cool to be on a tour. I think for a lot of anime players, that's going to be a unique thing for them. God, I fucking hate you Twitch alerts. God damn it. I have to figure out why sometimes they don't work and sometimes they don't. Sounds good. That'd be cool. I need to find a tournament in October and November to go to. November I might be going to some stuff, some secret shit, some esports shit, but October nothing yet. We'll find out. Somersault hero. This is like the huge punish. Not this. No. That's the huge punish. Come on, baby. Work with me. $72 damage off that. Can opener. That's a cool sounding move. Yeah, that sounds sick. Come on, baby. Work at me. Oh my god, I'm not trying to get hold. Yeah, the whole thing combos on counter hit. Nice. If anyone has November 10th open, they should come up to FADC in Colorado. You know, I've always wanted to go to Colorado and hang out with you guys. So, like, that doesn't sound like a terrible idea, really. November 10th. Frontier flight for fucking $105. You know, it is $105. But it's also Frontier. We'll see. I'm definitely considering it. I have some extra... I have, what's it called? Some things I have to figure out. Let's see. Executioner. This is our 4-4-2 move. This is like +6 on hit. Or +6 on block, I mean. And also on hit, you get what's it called? You get a combo if you hit it because you're not bad. I'm probably in tournament if I were to play this character. I'd just do sidestep or that. This is consistent. But if I'm maining her, then I'm doing that because you get the combo afterward, or you get Oki afterwards. It's super good. This is one of your moves that force yourself in. Oh, I forgot. Orbital. Not an orbital. Because it doesn't do fucking anything. This move sucks. But it is a mid-mid. It is a mid-mid move that you can hop over lows with, and that part's nice, I guess. Just a backflip into crouch. It is -3 on block, and it leaves you in crouching. So, I mean, you could be really shitty and, like, do a power crush afterwards, because the only thing that would beat it is crouch jab, because you're -3, actually. So don't do it on Geese, but do it on everybody else, basically. There you go. She also has a backdash, or a backflip. Moving on, 4-4-2. According to this, it says it's 16 frames and it's +6, but it is a high, so it's something to worry about. You also have 4-4-3. It's kind of like a shredder kick launch. I don't know how easy it'll be to launch people with it, but it is 15 frames. So there's that. The whole sequence is what's it called? The whole sequence is -14 on block. If you cancel into CJ, then it's -1, but you're also +10 on hit, but a knockdown. Forward, 3-4 back, 3 forward. What the? What is this? This is not in the move list. I don't know what they're talking about. This is not in the move list. This is as far as it goes. It's saying, this move is saying that it's forward 3-4 back 3 1 + 2, which doesn't exist. So this is, I don't know, whatever. Forward 4-4 falling heel, 0 on block, which is super cool. that you're 0 on block in a move like this. You can also cancel into CJ. You can't really combo off it if you do, but it is like an orbital move that moves forward. So 0 on block though, so you can put mix-ups on afterwards, even on block. If you're confident, you can duck in people's faces and put a crouch dash mix-up on. Forward 1+2. Blom bomb. It's not blom bomb. It's like, what's it called? Zosho. It's the only move that's like has a weird Japanese name. Sosho Zanha. Yeah. That actually sounds more Chinese. But it's negative. It's -9. Cool. And then running 3. Boom. Drop kick. -23 on block, but you are face down and pushes you mega far away. Quarter forward moves. This is used for high splat. The first hit's also a counter hit launcher. I'm trying to think of like if I'm forgetting anything. 3-3-2? 3-3-1. Is 3-3-1 safe? This is all our CJ shit. CJ is 3-3-1 safe? 3-3-1 is safe and it's also 15 on hit. Is this the thing where it's like if you get someone to swing into this, you can combo into it into Rage Art? What's our Rage Art input again? Back 1+2. Oh, right. It's supposed to be quarter forward. It's really... I don't know if anybody would actually swing into this, but it's really fucked up. Hey, Prograph. It's good to see you again. Take it easy, man. I so wish I desperately liked playing this, learning this game more. I can tell you that it's... I would have never expected myself to like this game as much as I did. I can tell you that very, very obviously. Like, I can tell you that's like... That's what I'm so surprised that I like this game. Okay, I was trying to figure out if there's anything else that I needed to learn. And then there's 3-2. How much damage does that do without rage? That's crazy. Is that safe on block? That can't be safe on block. That'd be fun if it was safe on block. It is mid-high. It is safe on block. Sick. I'm just throw this out sometimes. Look at that. Look at that damage. Cool. Can you counter hit or can you confirm that? You can hit confirm this. Oh my god, look at that fucking delay. Look at her like pose the leg. That shit's crazy. Almost. That's fucking crazy. You can counter hit confirm that shit. Or not counter hit confirm, but just regular hit confirm. You can hit confirm it. Cool. I need to use that more. That's dope. So there's those same things. It's very similar to her other combos. 3-3-4 screws, but I doubt using it all that often. Quarter forward 4 piston kick. I believe this is safe. It's like a mid-mid. It's like Katarina's back 3+4. Oh, it's -12, but it is crouch stay. Does it give you anything on counter hit? No. Is there any way that the one hit on its own can give you a counter hit something? No. Does knock down though. I say it'd be good on the wall, I guess. Like you make some sort of read, like you do like. Oh, it's supposed to be just 4. That's right. I don't know. I don't like that move too much, honestly. Bone Cutter, her running move. Rising Palm. Her wall rising 1 is the same as her down forward 1. So they're functionally the same. So I guess if you had the wall, you can do stuff like you know, I have an idea in my head, and it's probably not going to work, but I'm going to try it right now. Oops. It definitely didn't work. Yeah, it definitely doesn't work. It's functionally a 13 frame punish from crouching. It's probably pretty good, but the thing is that you also have this, and this does 20 damage. This does 22 on its own, and you do get a mix-up off it if you go into CJ, but, you know, it's not that great. What else am I thinking? Move lists, right hand stamp. So this is her low, her full crouch mix up. It goes between this, this, and this. So a non-committal, a less committing mid that blows through things, a low that is pretty darn good, and I don't know the frame data for it because I hate this website. It does have frame data for her 10 frames though. So like what's it called? 2121, that's like -10. What's it called? 21213 is -25. But 121 is -3, so that's nice. 12124, and that's -19. No one's gonna expect that though. Her sidestep moves, Bloody Chaos. You can do it out of sidestep. Oh yeah, she has a launcher out of sidestep. I forgot about that. So sweet. She has that out of sidestep. She has down 2 at a sidestep, which is very good because it leaves you in crouch. That's the thing to note about this. So when I was doing things earlier, I was like, okay, down forward 1-4. You start from a low, sidestep, low again, and then you go for a low mix or a low high. This is really scary, right? You can do things like really deadly stuff out of this. You know, and you're in full crouch too. So you can go for safe mids as well. God, there's just so much to play around once you get into full crouch. It's insane. It's actually the coolest part about playing this character. And it's so different from how I've played her that this is going to be really like hard to learn how to do this. Bloody Chaos, heal grind when enemy's down, and then the rest of it's just throws and shit. I'll have to go into her stuff later. I want to make a chart for this. Okay, cool. For me, I think that's it for learning Anna today.